The feeling of racial pride is not new for many African Americans. With the resurgence of black awareness and pride, black men and women face new problems, not only in relation to white society, but to each other in a black society. Recently, there has been a stream of articles on this subject, and the Chicago Daily Defender, America's largest black newspaper, began a series some weeks ago on the emergence of the new black woman. Betty Washington, reporter for the paper, surveyed the Chicago scene to report on how black men and women believe the revolution in racial pride will affect them and their families, before the sociologists and experts tell us how we are supposed to react.
As a reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a black woman married to a black man, I've become deeply aware of the effects of this new black revolution on the relationship between black man and black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new black man expects from the new black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader.
White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding them by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're going to get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you in love. Me, on the basis of that, you want to always be aspiring to have all those things that's a part of the great middle-class white American society, and because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
I don't measure a man by how much money he can bring home. I measure a man by how he treats me. Whether when I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm scared, he's there.
For these women, the men are there. But with the feeling of racial pride has come new conflicts and new problems. Across America, they meet to discuss what black awareness means to their families and to them as black women of today.
You know, there have been a lot of myths created about the black family. We all recognize that. And one of the most pernicious myths is the myth of the black matriarch, you know. And this whole concept, and I think this is one of the reasons that the black community reacted so negatively to the Moynihan report, because we know that that's not true.
It was not like
the black woman has not been a matriarch in the sense that it has been defined thus far. And thank God research, and I hope black research, is being done now to reverse that kind of thing. In fact, the black woman has been a woman at the head of a household, not by choice, but by necessity. And more often, that's right, and more often than not, she is not a strong, matriarchal, aggressive, domineering figure. She is a woman in search of a man. But this story has not been told.
The prejudiced society created what we have now. So that's what we were. Okay, we have a revolution going on. Well, what part of the revolution?
We're in an evolution. I think the revolution is yet to come.
Yeah, it's the well, this thing we'll
keep tossing the word revolution around lightly.
Actress Val Ward performs the works of our black poets and dramatists. For her, black awareness is not revolutionary, but the very foundation of her marriage.
Today's black woman is forever complaining and demanding that the black man communicate with her. By this, she means she wants the black man to talk to her and tell her what's on his mind, despite the fact that whenever he attempts to communicate his ideas to her, she responds in the wrong way. The burden of the black woman's complaints rests on the premise that he does not like or accept the way she talks to him. If she comes at him wrong, all systems shut down and he does not talk to her at all. At least not in the open forum type of discussion that she wants. The black man is very vulnerable when he confides in the woman. To do so, he takes a step into what he already knows is a dangerous arena because the black woman is known to take information he gives her and use it against him at another time. She refers to him as unresponsive and insensitive when he would not answer certain questions about his personal feelings or views. The black woman gets very annoyed when the black man refuses to let her inside his brain. The complexity of his views often do more to anger her and harm the relationship than they do to promote open communicative unity. Let me read that again. The complexity of his views often do more to anger her and harm the relationship than they do to promote open communicative unity. The black woman wants the black man to talk. But if his talk is different from hers, she has a problem. If the black man is silent and unrevealing about his innermost thoughts, the black woman becomes suspicious and displays a generalized uneasiness. She can't block his idea if she doesn't know it. She doesn't realize it is because of her strident attitude and unpredictable reactions that the black man declines confiding his dreams in her. The black woman has emotionally dispossessed the black man. He has lost the sure-footedness he was created with. Therefore, the often illuminating revelations he arrives at are much too precious for the black woman's crystal is. The more the black woman fusses and complains, the quieter the black man may become. The black woman is accustomed to speaking to and about the black man in a negative and disparaging tone. She may even speak to strange unknown men in a more civil tone. The harshness of her tone of voice, the shrill grating impatience, her cadence and inflections speak loudly of her disrespect. She sometimes appears to glare at the black man as if she is on the brink of physically attacking him. She interrupts his explanations with more badgering, and her disregard for his ideas is so ingrained in her psyche, such as to be psychopathic in her nature. When she is really angry with him, she will stand toe-to-toe, feet apart, hands at her hips, as if daring him to say another word. She can fuss for hours, bickering, sneering, cursing, and competing to drive her point home with the highest extreme of emotionalism. She absolutely demands to have the last word. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to On the Shoulders of Giants. I am Joseph Ward. Continuing my reading of Sister Shahrazad Ali's book, The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. This is chapter 6, Communications. And you see the video I started off with. So I got put onto that video. Shout out to my homie, Professor Carlton Jones. I got put onto that video by him. So y'all make sure y'all check out Professor Carlton Jones on FetLifeStation.com Fridays at 6 p.m. Right? Link is in the breakdown video description. So make sure y'all check out the homie Carlton Jones. Oh, and like this video. Like this video. Like this video. Like this video. Let's run these likes up. So he put me onto this video maybe over a year ago, about a year ago. And I always thought that this video was interesting, but I didn't know the name of it, so I didn't know how to find it. And I came across it, and I was like, oh, I can use this, right? And it fit well with this chapter about communication because, yes, Black America has a communication problem and has had a communication problem for a while. From my understanding, that video is from the 70s. And it is talking about the new Black woman and the new Black man and the place that the new Black woman is taking in American society. And the breakdown in communication is evident in that video because the lady that was going back and forth with the man, that when they were sitting on the floor, it's as if she was not even trying to hear what he was saying. She wasn't even attempting to communicate honestly with him because she wasn't even honestly listening to what he was saying. He was explaining how Black women have been a pawn in the system of white supremacy to break up the Black family. And he's not saying that Black women have been overtly malicious in their actions, but what he is saying is they have been used by the white supremacists to break up the Black home. And her rebuttal is, oh, so you're telling us that we shouldn't have leadership positions, we shouldn't be in managerial positions. And that has nothing to do with what he's talking about. She's not listening to what he's saying. And it's because the communication is broken down between us so greatly. We don't really know each other. I have these conversations all the time with Black women. And that's what's great about this book is I'm actually in a position in my life to sit down with Black women from various walks of life and have these conversations. And they talk to me. And plus having various podcasts, I get to talk to people about various stuff, right? And people just like to talk to me because we be having good conversations, right? But Black women don't understand Black men, and Black men don't understand Black women. And that's one of the reasons why this book was written, to help Black men understand Black women better, because as Shahrazad Ali put it, the Black man has been under the microscope since we've got here. Not saying the Black woman has not been right by our side getting the torture, but as far as being under the microscope, criticized by society, the Black woman has not been criticized and scrutinized to the level that the Black man has. And this book was the first public attempt to analyze and scrutinize what was going on with Black women. Because the idea is, at the time and the idea now is, the Black man is the sole reason that the Black community is in turmoil, because the Black man didn't do his job in protecting the Black community. Well, we was messed up when we got here. And a lot of times when we tried to make it right, it was either other Black people, or when it comes to 60s and the welfare, Black women have to be honest about the role that they played in breaking up the Black family. The welfare, the women's movements and all this modern woman stuff did more to damage the Black family than slavery did more to damage Black marriages than slavery did. And that's an honest fact. We have to go look at that. During slavery, people were willing to sacrifice their lives to get married. Now, marriage, Black community, no, that's not what we want. But one of the reasons why is because of what we've been taught, what we've been told, and what we think we know, and we're just not listening to each other. And that's one of my biggest frustrations with the Black community, especially when it comes to the issues of Black men and Black women, is we don't have the issues that we think we have, but we don't know that because we're not listening to each other. Everybody got the answer. Everybody got the damn answer, but nobody's listening to each other. We got to close our mouths and listen. and listen to understand, not to respond. This is not a competition between black men and black women. No other group of people is sitting back like, yeah, go ahead, black men, go ahead, black. No, they like, yeah, y'all go ahead and tear each other apart while we go ahead and get better than y'all and put ourselves as a group in a better position than you are. Because that's exactly what's happening.